Well, hello, thank you for joining Elite Cycling Fitness. I want to talk to you all about home training on your exercise bike today and the interval technique that we've succeeded with for many years. And how to strengthen speed from interval training is a subject we've covered on a couple of other videos you may have seen. This one is going to be all about the exercise bike fitness part of that. Why should you listen to us? Well, we've got experience in training, coaching, racing from really back the last 40 years and an understanding of nutrition, what it means to get a balanced cycling lifestyle and how you can get improved health but really maintain the right level of motivation too and enjoyment of your training regime. And we believe in a consistent improvement, not pushing yourself too far too quickly. So 10 to 20% uplift in distance and time from your last training session, never any more. Rest every third day or fourth week, combination of road training, yoga, indoor cross training, and use of a home exercise bike for aerobic intervals and a warm down. Just quickly, these are some of the partners that we've already found, and if you want to just pause on this page, you can see how you can get great deals from our own online shop on pro cycling team kit, on home gym equipment, other clothing offers. There's a road bike currently with 29% off, and then different workout programs for men and for women, programs for muscle building and protein supplements. And these are all partners that we've taken, in some cases, years to isolate and prove, and the ones we would like to recommend to you. But now we're talking about building your functional power threshold, combination of long rides, intervals, yoga, cross training. And in the intervals, obviously on the road, you're going to be sprinting out of corners. You can see the link to our other video all about road interval training. But we're going to get you to understanding today a really good technique to improve your anaerobic fitness from a home interval training process that we've really enjoyed and benefited from. So why is the strength and speed so important to give you this elite cycling fitness? Many factors that can help you do well at endurance events. You need this combination of high threshold power, good recovery ability, aerobic endurance, muscular endurance, a core strength, and an upper body muscular endurance. And let's just talk about the whole interval training process for a moment, because it's targeting maximum fat loss. High intensity interval training is a very popular form of fat burning because it gets you to maximum effort to achieve muscle fatigue and maximum oxygen use in a very quick burst. So the harder you work your muscles, the more oxygen they require. You get to the VO2 max, that's the highest amount of oxygen you can consume by your body. You get the benefit of the afterburn, which can continue up to 48 hours after your workout. And with those alternative periods of intense effort with moderate to low effort, you get the right benefit of boosting your metabolism, building lean muscle. And in a 20-minute workout, you can get a lot more benefit than you would just in steady intensity. So, what does this really do? In detail, breaking it down, it maximizes your metabolic rate, it optimizes your muscle building and your muscle retention during a fat loss process. And it increases your calorie burn during and after workouts. So you've got a win, 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 win. What's the science behind it? Well, high intensity interval training taxes and maximises both your aerobic and anaerobic fitness, while cardio really addresses just aerobic. And you're using oxygen to create energy, but with anaerobic respiration, you're not actually using the oxygen, so it pushes your muscles to an entirely different level. And at a cellular level, it changes the mitochondrial activity in the muscles themselves in terms of what you can push them to and what oxygen they require. And you get such a time-efficient use here because studies have shown that 27 minutes of high-intensity interval training just 3 times a week produces the same anaerobic and aerobic improvement as 60 minutes of cardio 5 times a week. So there's a little method here which is a 3-minute warm-up, 60 seconds fast cycling, 75 seconds slow cycling. You repeat that for 12 cycles and that takes you about 27 minutes. That's best for a sort of intermediate level, and if you want flexible routines. Very simple. You could do that really on the road or on your exercise bike. 60 seconds fast, 75 seconds slow. Just keep repeating it for about half an hour. But to really build strength and speed, we want to share with you now the process that we've followed, which is a gradual build-up which combines both sprinting and soft pedaling. And it gives you the right balance of aerobic, relaxing spinning, and then this pedal revolution, which is done at intervals in phased increases and then decreases. So let's get into the detail of this and print this out if you can, or have it near you, because this is the process, and you'll be counting these revs. Clearly, if you've got a rev counter fixed to your static exercise machine, then so much the better. Otherwise, just count them as you're going through the process. And basically, we're listing here in these boxes the revolutions that you're doing hard, in a fairly tough gear, as if you're in a sprint on the road, and it really makes your muscles hurt. And then the soft pedaling that you'll do between each of those hard sessions. So let's just get to it here. If you just follow the arrow, you're starting off with 0 sprinting, but you're doing 200 soft pedals. So just a nice warm-up, count those revs. Then you get into a 30 rev sprint and a 30 rev rest, a 40 rev sprint and a 40 rev rest, a 50 rev sprint and a 50 rev rest, yeah? I think you're getting ahead of me now, aren't you? So you can see the way this is going. 60, 70, 80, 90 revs with the same amount of revs of rest, and then you're building it up to 100, 110, 120. Then you build it more to 150, and then you get to simulated conditions for what would be, a whole lap of a velodrome or the last 250 meters of a race, where you're doing 200 revs at the limit on maximum power. Get through that, and then you take 200 revs of rest, just soft pedal. But you build up again, 160 revs of rest, 160 revs of soft pedal. And then you come back down just a little bit faster, 140, 120, 100 with the same amount of soft pedaling, and then faster again, 80, 60, 40, quick hard rev of 20, and then 20 revs of rest. But you just give yourself that little push once more right at the end, 100 hard revs, like a maximum sprint again, and then you're done. 500 warm down revs. Just feel the benefit. Get your pulse gradually reducing to minimize the amount of actual high heart rate that you've got, and to test your recovery at the end. And obviously you do this regularly, you can see what your heart rate is at the end of those 500 easy soft pedals to see where you've got to. That's the process that we've found has given us fitness that's really good, certainly for hard training sessions, if not racing conditions, and it gives you, particularly through the first 4 months of the year, January, February, March, April, a really good foundation. If you could be doing that twice a week, then you'll be ready, along with your road training, for the season ahead. Let's just talk about this, a sort of fortnightly program where the intervals would fit into your overall training program here. So over a 14-day period, we'd be looking at rest, tempo riding, then an interval session on the road or indoors, clearly depending on the weather. Rest, easy tempo riding rest. And then the following week, you do maybe an interval session on the Monday, 100 kilometers easy on the road on the Tuesday, rest on the Wednesday, 60 kilometers of tempo, and then get back to some intervals. On the Friday, have a rest, do other things on the Saturday, and then 120 kilometers easy on the Sunday. Now, clearly, if you're an elite rider, you're going to be doing a lot more than that. You're going to be doing a lot more racing. But if you're a sportive rider and you have not really experienced elite racing, this is the sort of program that you should be in around April, May, and then stepping it up a little bit through June, July, August, and stepping it down to this then September, October, to give you just the right level of fitness. If you're interested in an exercise bike that we've located, then there's a link down the bottom there that you could use to get straight to this deal. And there's also a road bike with a really good deal on that we mentioned briefly earlier. There's the link at the top. And again, we'll just leave this up for you. These are a number of partner deals that are still available. Thanks very much for joining Elite Cycling Fitness today, and we really hope that you benefit from those home interval training techniques. Go back and have a look at that program again, and we really look forward to your comments and seeing you soon.